Nigeria is one of the top 5 cocoa producing nations in the world. However, the country is excluded from the estimated $130 billion chocolate industry from which Western nations such as the UK, Switzerland, and the United States benefit from. So what hurdles need to be scaled in order to increase chocolate production in Africa's largest economy? Joining us to discuss further is Femi Oyedipe, founder and CEO of LoshesChocolate, an indigenous chocolate producer in Nigeria. Femi, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you coming on the show. So just to be clear, I had a little bit of a snafu on Friday with a prior guest. By virtue of your existence, is it accurate to say that Nigeria does have indigenous local chocolate processing factories?
No. So yes, we have cocoa processing factories, and we also have chocolate producing factories. So there's a difference, just for clarity. There's a difference between cocoa processing and chocolate producing. And that's and also we are aware that the global market for chocolate in the world is estimated at $208 billion. So if we in Africa in Nigeria, this is according to Statista, we produce just about 0.1% of this. That's our annual revenue. So it is fair to say that a lot more work can be done in the produce sector in Nigeria. So
thank you for that. We had you on the morning show, actually, I think it was 2018. I want to take a listen to something you said about looking inwards and your local market versus export targets. Take a listen.
Okay.
We need to look inwards now, particularly with the way the economy is. We need to be courageous and look inwards and see how best, to solve all these issues.
Right.
So we offer all everything.
Okay, so right now you're focusing on the local market, or are you exporting?
No, we've not started exporting, but it's local market now,
All right, Femi, we continue to, that was it will be 4 years, but June 2018, that's 3 years ago. We keep having this conversation about looking inward. Central Bank Governor of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, repeats that mantra all the time. What's holding us back? And have your export targets, or rather export versus local markets, has that changed?
Well, initially we focused on local markets, yes, but now we have perfected the art of making chocolate. So our market, we would say that we're a global focused company for chocolate manufacturing. But I would put it on 3 things. I would say automation, like technology. You see, when those 3 things do not tie in a country or it's challenging to do business. But I would say that some effort has been made because I'm aware of the ease of doing business, the office by Quebec. They're doing quite significant, they've taken quite significant initiatives to ease the way, particularly SMEs do their business. But there's still room for a lot of more work to be done regarding, take for example, power. You know that for chocolate production, specifically, you have to run power continuously, to get your chocolate to a consistency that is great for your consumers. So for anybody who is wanting to go into chocolate producing, that is something you need to consider, how you generate your power, how you ensure, your equipment are running continuously, And, it is fair to say that I think Nigeria is able to solve the power issue. If Bangladesh can do that, as at 2020, they had about 22,000 megawatts of electricity. So why can't we? We have installed capacity of about 12,000. I'm not sure we are using all of that, but I think it's something that we can do, and this would significantly help businesses. And also access to machinery, automation with the Forex. You can imagine what it costs to get equipment to do such sort of level of production. So these are the challenges, but I believe that Nigeria we can do this. We just need to ensure that our economic policies and political policies, are sustained across every genre of government.
Thank you for that. There was, speaking of foreign exchange, I was going through the LoshesChocolate Instagram page. September 2020, there was a post about FX, the FX situation causing you to have to increase prices? Is that your biggest cost factor?
Well, I would say yes, that had significant impact on the business because, like I mentioned earlier, we are not. I don't know of any cocoa, any local person that is producing machinery for chocolate production because for the machines they are quite specialized. And trust me, if you have invested so much money into your business, you want quick return on investment. So you would not want to be gambling. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Certainly.
Initially, when we started the business, yes, when we started the business, we did a lot of, we built some of our machines internally, working with artisans, but that was limited based on what kind of volumes we wanted to churn out. But if you want to like capture real economies of scale, you're going to be looking at acquiring specialized. Yes, these machines are imported, and you're going to buy them at whatever exchange rate it is. So yes, definitely, the forex is a significant cost impact, and we were able to manage in 2020 and increase year on year. There was no significant impact in terms of the cost of our business, but through increasing our volume and also just tweaking our price just a little bit, we're able to survive 2020. Yeah.
Great stuff. I want to ask about your business strategy. Can you help us out with the difference between couverture chocolates, which is, I guess, what you focus on, and then compound chocolates, if the difference between the two and, why you focus on couverture?
Okay, so yeah, so for couverture, we preach, wellness, and this is part of the UN SDG goals. We're trying to build better communities. We make premium, well-made chocolates that don't have additives and preservatives. And this has been our agenda from inception, and we don't plan to change this. So that's the difference. So couvertures are chocolates that are the premium end of the chocolate in the market, and then you have the compound chocolates that are made with all the additives and so.
So that would mean if it's premium, then that means it's more expensive to produce couverture. Is that right?
Yes. In terms of, if you're looking at in terms of your effort and in terms of your intentionality of sustaining the quality of your process, quality of the ingredients that you're using, your sourcing, yes, definitely. Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you about was there a peak season for chocolate sales in the country? Is it Valentine's Day or is it Christmas? So how does the sales schedule work?
Well, it's the same in the West as well. During the holidays, you have a lot of people binging on chocolates, gifting chocolate, Valentine's as well. But funny enough, in 2020 during COVID, a lot of people, there was a global hike of increased consumption of chocolate. Chocolates make you happy. So a lot of people were consuming chocolates, and so I would say during the heat of COVID, and even here, even sustained till now, there's been a hike of consumption of chocolate because people are just based on the COVID and everything. Everybody just wants to be happy, So there's more consumption of chocolate.
That makes sense. Since you mentioned COVID, did that affect your operations?
Well, yes, we had to go. We went leaner a bit, and because of social distancing, a lot of our staff, we had to regulate how they came into the factory, etc. But like I said, you have to adapt quickly as a business, and Luscious Chocolate, we do that. You adapt, you find ways to ensure that you still remain in business and provide the sort of value that you do. So yeah.
Great stuff. Well, what's your outlook for chocolate sales in Nigeria for 2022? Is it positive?
Yes, very positive. We're currently at a fundraising drive to raise funds for the business. This is towards increasing our capacity by 20x, and we are really hopeful that all the plugs that have been put into place would yield what we are seeking to do. So yeah, 2022 is looking pretty amazing at the moment, and so yeah.
Great stuff. Finally, I just want to touch on a quick point you made earlier about the machines, because I saw an ad for it. I randomly saw an ad for a chocolate grinder on social. Those are not made here, correct? Is that possible that they can be made here? Or for now, you have to still rely on imports for all of them?
You still have to rely. So when we put out that ad, we're just looking at already available grinders in country. This would help us to avoid all the delays that we could experience with importing the machines. So that's why we're looking to see if there were other factories that probably have redundant machines that are still in very good shape that we could just source from. So that was just a strategy.
Gotcha. Great conversation. Femi Oyedipe, CEO, founder, LoshesChocolate. Thank you so much for joining us to talk about scaling chocolate production in Nigeria. Appreciate your time.